let's take a look at how to change the drive modes on the Kia EV9 and also what each mode means. So you're going to see your drive or current drive mode listed down here. To change, we're going to press the button under the steering wheel here. So I'm currently in the eco mode, and that is the mode that's going to reduce the amount of energy your car needs. So it's going to have usually reduced climate control performance. So it's going to try to minimize the use of like the air conditioner and heating. It's going to have a slower response to the accelerator. So you're kind of coasting to a start a little bit more smoothly, and that also reduces the amount of power you're going to need to use. And it usually prioritizes the front wheels on an all-wheel drive model. Like I've got the Wind model here, and that's going to again increase that efficiency at the cost of some performance and some climate control. So saving money, it's great for that, you know, helping the planet. Let's go ahead and switch to the next one. You can see it's easy to pull up the mode here, and then we can either press the button again to cycle through the modes, or we can use the controller over here. I'm just going to keep pressing the button, and you can even create a custom one. So here's the eco mode. The normal mode is just basically balanced performance and efficiency, and that's what most people drive in most of the time. It's going to have a normal settings across the board. Normal steering, normal handling of wheel slippage and that kind of thing, normal amount of acceleration, and the full climate control performance. So not any kind of throttled back climate control. The sport mode, a little bit different. So this is going to basically put power to the wheels with the electric motors faster. It doesn't increase the overall horsepower that the car has, but it's going to, again, like if you hit the accelerator, you're going to get much faster response. It also kind of changes the steering response, so it's going to feel a bit heavier in the sport mode. And again, that just provides for better handling. And it's also going to make use of the front and rear wheels in the all-wheel drive. So you've got all that power going to the wheels much faster. And the main thing you'll notice really is just much quicker and snappier acceleration and a little bit different steering performance on that. And then a really interesting mode here, let me see if I can go into it. So we can go into our normal modes, but then we can also change our terrain mode. So I've got terrain mode on here. So I'm in normal, and then I'll go ahead and press that, and I can change up snow, mud, and sand. I live in the Bay Area, so people drive to Tahoe, and the snow mode is what you're probably going to use most often. And what these are basically doing is just changing the way that the car monitors and responds to things like wheel slippage, and also how it handles, again, the acceleration and how it puts power to the wheels. So for example, in the snow mode, which is again what most people are going to use, it's going to very slowly increase the acceleration so that you don't end up with that wheel slippage if you have low traction. It's also going to bump up the amount of traction monitoring for wheel slippage. So if one wheel, hits a patch of ice and spins, it's going to immediately prioritize the other wheels much faster to maintain that traction, whichever ones have the most grip and traction at any moment. It's going to use that all-wheel drive if you have it, and it's overall just going to prioritize over handling and performance, avoiding slides and again that wheel slippage if you hit ice or if you're stuck in a snowbank or just driving on an icy road in general. Similarly, sand and mud are going to prioritize settings for those particular conditions. I honestly don't think most people are going to use sand and mud very often. I think snow is probably the most useful of the terrain modes on there. So again, control them down here. For most driving, most people are going to want to be in that normal mode or perhaps the eco mode. And then there is this My Drive mode too, where you can actually set your own settings. It's a little beyond what I'm going to cover in this video. I'll probably make another video to show that, but you do have that ability to customize. For most people, if you don't mind the slower acceleration and maybe a little less climate performance, go on to the eco mode. That's a great way to extend your range, save some money on the charging, again, like just reduce the amount of electricity you have to use for the car. A lot of people, though, are just going to go for that normal mode. That's kind of the full capabilities of the car, not necessarily tuned to any specific use case.